Okay, I'm going to call the August 21st, 2025 meeting of the Land Use Board to order. The Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231. According to the Open Public Meetings Act, this meeting of August 21st, 2025 was published in the Bergen Record and Herald News on April 2nd, 2025, and the Our Town on April 3rd, 2025. In addition, a copy of this notice is and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Will you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you, everyone. Madam Secretary, would you be able to do the roll call?
Okay. Chairperson Warren?
Here.
Vice Chairman Matson will be absent.
Yes.
Mayor Judge Carvello?
Here.
Committeeman Truinsky?
Here.
Member Abdud?
Here.
Member Coleman? Is absent from the meeting today. Member Dudia is absent from the meeting today. Member Holtz? Here. Member Mueller? Here. And alternate number 1 Smith?
Here.
All right. And alternate 2 Pandera?
Here.
Okay, we also have in the audience Member White, and is Mr. Vinzon here?
And Mr. Vinzon is here as well, yes.
Okay, just for the record,
Yes.
it was here. Is Deputy Mayor Miller here?
Do not see him here now.
Okay. Okay, everyone's present?
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to the approval of minutes from last month. You received them in your email about a week ago. You also have a hard copy here in front of you. I would like to get a motion to approve the July 17, 2025 minutes.
I'll make them.
Oh, yes, go ahead, yes.
Yeah, and it just has to do with near the end of the minutes, and it says in the final portion of the meeting. I just think that portion is really sorely lacking any real information. Mr. Verhassel specifically spoke about road department construction codes and code enforcement, and he had 8 valid issues. I just think this is vague, and if I were a resident, I would have no clue what you actually were talking about. It just needs to be, I'm just observing that.
We're going to speak with Mr. Giuliano, who did the minutes. He's absent on vacation this week, to make sure that they are revised and that they reflect Mr. Verhassel's comments. We can table these minutes until those are ready. Can I get a motion to table the approval of the July 17th minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor of tabling, aye?
Aye.
Any noes? Abstentions? Okay, thank you, Ms. Mueller. We'll have them revised for our next meeting to include more detail about Mr. Verhassel's report to the Land Use Board. You're welcome. Moving forward, we're going to open up to the public for any non-agenda items that they may want to bring before the Land Use Board before we get into applications. Can I get a motion, please, to open to the public? Mr. Truinsky, motion, seconded by Ms. Holtz. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Any noes? Okay, abstentions? Okay, we are open to the public. I see we have a visitor today, Mr. Verhassel.
I get the part.
That's one. I'm very happy.
This is new business. This is something you probably have never heard before, but
All right.
may be involved in that.
Okay.
I regularly travel down Verdun Street and then a left or right onto Passaic Street. And I noticed a few months ago a considerable lack of commercial traffic going in and out of the 120 Passaic entrance, the single one. There were no more cube vans, there were no more commercial plumbers, no more people dropping trucks off like U-Hauls and whatnot, a market reduction. I can't say they're all gone, but in the normal time that I used to see them in the morning, between 7, 8, I'm not going by there. So it piqued my curiosity. The only other person that's going to have any inkling about what I'm going to talk about is Mr. Mondella, because the planning board, many years ago, entered into an agreement to amend the site plan for 120 Passaic after a DEP mandated flood escape plan.
One second, and forgive me, Mr. Chairman, board members,
is this the matter, is this the application that's currently in litigation?
That's why
120
120,
Tulsa?
yes.
Not now, Bob.
I can't talk about this.
Nah, we're not gonna, yeah, we don't wanna
Can
hear
I
it.
just mention Fairview Avenue, Fairview Avenue it's called? I don't know if that involves,
Fairfield?
yeah, Fairfield. Does that have something to do with your litigation?
The litigation has to do with 120 West Passaic, and a very narrow issue that was already heard by the zoning board. So if what you're saying has to do with 120 West Passaic, please forgive me, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, all right, well, okay.
We can at some point, because they may wind up back here.
Can I ask a question and you can tell me?
Sure, yeah.
Does this have something to do with access onto Fairfield Avenue, your problem?
The site is the site.
Oh, so it's got, but this may not have anything to do with 120, it's got the storage facility.
Mr. Verhassel, I want to just try to narrow this down
Yeah.
so that Mr. Mondello can maybe understand better. Are you talking about Fairfield Ave
Yes.
and
29 Fairfield Avenue.
the homes along
Nothing to do
no,
with the homes,
the access on Fairfield Ave, the driveways,
correct?
kind of?
The emergency driveways.
Okay, the emergency driveways.
And
Why don't we, Mr. Mondello, I'm going to ask you, let's let Mr. Verhassel on the record ask his question, and then you let us know if the land use board can respond. We're not going to throw you out, Mr. Verhassel, but I think,
Since when? I always say, do you want a cup of coffee?
I think just for the record, let Mr. Verhassel bring his point up. We don't have to respond if we can't, Mr. Mondello, but I think he deserves to at least be
Yeah,
heard.
all right.
Okay.
I noticed a tremendous decrease in the amount of truck traffic. So it piqued my interest. I once in a while sneak through, like we all do, I'm sure, Fairfield to Baldwin. And I noticed during the day, every day, the emergency gates are open. That is where the commercial traffic is entering and exiting the public storage facility. Those, going back to what I was alluding to, we talked about at the planning board meeting 4 years ago, was the emergency DEP edict that made them purchase properties for an emergency exit only with card key access, with pavers, and this, I looked it up, they referred to it as a park-like setting. So they would not offend the neighbors with a paved driveway, they were going to install the pavers and grass in it. Because no traffic was supposed to ever use it, only in an emergency. They use this every day, constantly, until sometime in the evening, which I don't see, they close the gate. So that's how the commercial traffic is accessing the storage facility. And that is not what you guys, the planning, because this was a planning board issue.
Okay.
Because it had to come back, because the DEP made them come back for the flooding, which required this emergency relief to be able to buy and knock down houses. And that's what I was talking about. If that infringes on the lawsuit that's going on, I'll go sit back.
So, Mr. Verhassel, I'm going to ask Mr. Mondello where since we've heard what you just said, if Mr. Verhassel has an issue with breaking of a resolution from the planning board, where can we take this so it can be addressed? Does it come here or does it go someplace else?
So, number one, I wasn't the planning board attorney back then, and even if I was, I probably wouldn't have recollection of 4 years ago, let alone 2 weeks ago. But secondly, it sounds like an enforcement issue, so I would track down the resolution, speak to the building department, and then, see where you go from there.
It may have been the zoning, I made the mistake.
I don't think it was zoning. I was on the zoning from 2020 till
This was
recently.
when this was the
It
time
was the
period.
planning board, and he's right, it's an enforcement, that's supposed to be closed, no traffic.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought Christine was on the board at that
I'm the
time.
only one left.
So, Mr. Verhassel, I'm going to ask you to get the resolution. I know you probably have it, and you're going to bring it to the building department.
Well,
Tell them that you believe there's an enforcement issue, and I appreciate you coming up to tell us that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public about any items that are not up for on the agenda tonight? Seeing none, I have a motion to close the public.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Ms. Holtz. Can I get a second? Oh, Debbie will say a second. Ms. Kadire will second that. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Noes and abstentions. Okay. Thank you. The public portion, we're moving on. Mr. Mondello, everyone's favorite part of the night, the bills list.
So I didn't have any bills, but apparently Mr. Burgess might have, but they haven't been printed out yet, so they will be approved at the next month meeting, if that's okay, Mr. Burgess.
I like the words, they will be approved.
I shouldn't assume, but after 33 years, I've only seen one bill that was not approved. That was in Wanacue. It was a geotech engineer, and the bill was for like 25 grand.
To show you that whatever that bill is that we submitted was not.
Okay, thankfully. Okay, so Mr. Mondello, we're finished with the bills section?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Moving on. We come to our application for tonight. I'm just going to read the application. The first student, if you are here for the first student, 53 Central Ave, that is being carried over to the September meeting. They are not here tonight, so no decision will be made tonight about that application. Our next application tonight is LUB 2025-25 Susquehanna Ave, Block 207, Lot 27, for a C2 variance. So if you are here for that case, Mr. Mondello, how do we open this up to them?
Yeah, so who is the applicant? Apparently, Mr. Casvala. Yeah, come on up to the microphone, sir. Just a little bit of administrative. For whatever reason, I don't have copies of the notice that you Is this your attorney?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. It didn't seem to mention an attorney, but I may have missed that. So, why don't
Family
you...
as well. I'm the attorney and.
Oh, so you're getting paid a lot of money. Please enter your appearance into the record, and you can have a seat, sir, or whenever your attorney calls you. Yeah, I wouldn't pick up on that. Okay, so go ahead, enter your appearance into the record.
Good evening, everybody. Achal Kanani, attorney for the applicant, Ramesh Kaswala, 25, owner of 25 Susquehanna Avenue, Lot 207, Lot 27.
All right, so Mr. Kanani, I don't have proof that this application was published in the newspaper. I'm sure you have it. If you could kindly provide me with that, and then, of course, proof that you have served residents within 200 feet of the subject property. What do you got there? Oh, very nice. Okay.
This is the affidavit.
All right. All right, so this proves that it was published in the paper. Now, I just need to see that you have provided residents within 200 feet of the subject property with notice of this hearing. Sure.
These should be the return receipts. Certified names.
All right, and do you have an affidavit that everyone on the list provided by the tax assessor has been served? There's usually an affidavit to that effect.
It should have been submitted. She submitted the receipts in the. I think that's
All right, well, who is the actual applicant?
Mr. Kaswala.
Could you come back up, sir? I'm sorry. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please put your hand down, state your name, spell your last name, and give us your address. Mr. Kaswala, you requested through either your attorney or you did it yourself, a list of residents within 200 feet of the subject property, did you not? And can you attest to the fact that you served everybody on that list? All right, thank you very much. We'll turn it back to you, sir. So why don't you briefly tell the board a little bit about this application, who's going to be testifying, and please make yourself comfortable, have a seat.
Sure. All right, so this application involves demolishing an existing single-family home to construct a new two-story single-family home for the Caswala family. The Caswala family has been residents of Rochelle Park and at this very address for 22 years, and they would like to remain residents of this township, and they want to build a new home that meets their evolving needs.
And what are those evolving needs?
So the family, so the Caswala family is 7 people. They are 3 generations, and their grandmother has been aging, has been diagnosed with cancer, and she is unable to climb up, finds difficulties climbing up staircases. And they would like to build a new home. Their current home is a split-level home, and they want to build a house with a bedroom on the first level. So she doesn't have to do that, and it would be a accessible home for her.
Who's going to be testifying this evening?
The homeowner is going to be testifying to this fact.
Okay, is that the gentleman who was at the microphone? Do you want to call him
Yes.
as your first witness, or?
Right. We'll call Mr. Caswala as our first witness and ask that he be sworn in.
You've already been sworn, sir. Why don't you have a seat next to your attorney, and he'll switch the microphone over so that you can be heard, we can hear you.
No problem. All right. I'll ask Mr. Caswala questions. Please state your name and address.
My name is Mihir Swala. Address is 25 Susquehanna Avenue.
So who lives in your current house?
So as you stated, it is myself, my sister, my parents, and my grandparents.
How many people live there?
That's 7 people.
And how long has your family lived at this
I
address?
think 2003, so it's going to be about 22 years to be exact.
Can you briefly describe your current house?
Current house is a split-level house, so as soon as you enter, 2 sets of staircases you're met with, and that leads to both living spaces. And we want to change that for my grandmother.
How many people currently live there now, and how many bedrooms are there?
5 bedrooms, and we have 7 people.
So the current house, it's structured as if you go inside the house, you have to make a choice whether to go up or down.
Correct.
What are you proposing to build?
So we want to build another single-family house, 2 stories, that has a living room, a bedroom on the first floor that's accessible for my grandmother, who now finds difficulty climbing stairs. We want to make sure she's comfortable, doesn't have to go up and down stairs all day, and she wishes to stay in this area.
Is the proposed use to be the same single-family house occupied by the current residents? So, as you stated, the primary reason for building a new house is the bedroom on the first floor.
Correct.
That's to provide accessibility.
Correct.
Have you tried creating a layout that fits the current zoning regulations?
We have, yeah, so we tried to meet that, we tried to draw up plans, but nothing worked out within a 35 by 35 set where we had a bedroom and the other living spaces all to be as accessible. We also couldn't fit 4 other bedrooms in that same amount of space.
Moving on to the proposed zoning table, can you state the setbacks of the existing house and how they compare? They compare to the proposed plans.
So the current setback that we have is 10 feet. The current side yard is 10 feet. We're proposing to make that setback now 15 feet to confirm with the current zoning laws. The front yard is 20 feet, and we want to change that to be 25 feet to also update it into the current zoning requirements. And the current rear setback is 41 feet, and we want to change that to 30 feet. but that's also conforming into the current requirements.
So all the setbacks are
Yes,
confirming
yes.
With the zoning requirements.
Yep.
And you're widening the side yards and the front yards
Correct,
from the existing conditions.
correct.
Do you believe that is beneficial to the neighborhood?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So it's widening the side yards, that's going to allow more light airflow. It's going to look better on the property, emergency access, all things like that, yeah.
Any other benefits?
It would be a new construction, so that obviously adds property value to the neighborhood. It's going to be a newer style house. It's not going to be the old style.
And you are removing the 3 existing nonconformities, correct? The minimum front yard was not in compliance, now it will be. The side yard was not in compliance, now it will be, and the side yard total.
Correct.
And maximum building coverage as well. Oh, sorry, that's the variance that you need, right?
The total, yeah.
So the variance that's being requested, so the current existing condition is 30%, 30.3%, and that's proposed. The proposed would be 31%, so it would remain similar to the existing condition, but the 3 other non-conformities would be reduced, as well as the impervious coverage would be reduced to the low of the 50% requirement. And do you anticipate any detriments to the neighborhood?
No, none that I could think of. I mean, we're meeting the current zoning laws. It's going to be in a similar footprint. It's going to be a new house. I don't see any detriment.
It's all.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask the professionals here we have from Costas and Burgess, whoever wants to go first. We just want to share with the board and the applicant your perspective on the variance.
Does no one do age before beauty? I'm not sure.
Which one are you? Which one are you?
I always thought it was nose size.
Oh, my God.
And then I win out.
All right. Holy moly. All right, Mr. Burgess, you'll go first. Okay.
There are 2 variances that are required. What's interesting is the attorney's already pointed out, they are reducing the total number of variances associated with the lot. And I think in the context of the municipal land use law criteria, you could give consideration to that in terms of the C2 relief, because a certain C2 relief relates to public benefits rather than the personal benefit of, having a particular kind of house. So you could give consideration to that. The 2 variances are, one is for the total improved impervious coverage on site. They are over the equivalent of about 310 square feet, which in terms of per scale, that's a little less than the equivalent of 2 parking spaces, out in the parking lot. The other variance is for the fact that your ordinance requires for a single-family dwelling in this zone that they have to have 2 garage parking spaces, and they have 1. So there's that relief. And maybe you could just comment on the number of cars that we've parked on site with your family, because you said 7 people, and from the way you described it, it sounded like they were all adults. So how many cars will end up being on the site?
Only about 4 cars. We are all adults, but not all adults are driving, so we just need 4 cars.
So there's there's not the only consideration where I think really has to wrestle with. Other than that, this does represent an enhancement to the property as an overall general proposition.
Do the 4 cars fit on the site?
Well, that was going to be my next question. If you could comment about how you fit 4 cars, or intend to fit 4 cars on the site.
Well, so the plan was to maybe reduce the number of cars either that way. My mom does work an alternate shift, so that would be one way. The other way would be obviously to use the garage maybe see if we can get a smaller car, something along those lines. But
In looking at the basement layout and first floor layout, is there any possibility of getting a second garage space on the site? I know it's tight.
I don't believe so, unless, certain areas are made smaller and we have the need. Potentially, widening the driveway could be possible to maybe accommodate one more vehicle, a smaller vehicle. But I think the driveway's current width is about 20 feet, right? So I think that should fit 2 cars, and I believe the front yard setback is 25, so I think it should fit more than 2 cars in the driveway if they're of a smaller size.
And typically, a parking space is 9 feet wide. So is it possible to increase this driveway width by just, what did you say, it's 17 feet now?
It's 20 feet, it seems, from the plans. The current width is 20 feet.
Oh. In that case, you could fit 2 parking cars side by side. And the depth is
25.
25. You can't do 10. You should, yes, it's too tight to do a tandem space there. Could you, the rear yard setback is just being met at 30 feet. But in order to get an extra depth, could you move that, the building back a little bit?
How much additional depth do you think we need to do the tandem?
Let's see, you're at 25 now? Yeah, it's not doable.
I don't want to steal your time. Just a quick question. Right now, you're saying you're parking 4 vehicles on the site?
Mm-hmm.
Currently?
Yeah.
And that's got to be
Can I ask a question?
Just smaller vehicles and then just park and run.
everybody gets.
I'd like to just ask, do the cars hang over the sidewalk and into the apron?
I don't.
Not
So all 4 cars, not one of them meets or exceeds the sidewalk and hangs into the apron?
Depending on how you park, I think we could fit them all in pretty well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you think you can fit them in. Do you do that now?
I think one of the cars is.
Yeah, they stay a little bit out, but
Okay.
always squeeze it in.
Yeah. That's a real accessibility issue for people who use the sidewalk, young kids, maybe some people who are older who have to navigate into the street. That's, I know, something I really focused on when I noticed, walking around town. So I think Mr. Burgess and Mr. Costa's suggestion is moving the house back 10 feet to make sure there is no hanging over. So if you're getting 4 cars in right now with a hangover, not the hangover we're thinking of, but the hangover from the sidewalk into the apron, would 10 feet prevent that from happening in your professional opinion, gentlemen? Yes or no?
I think it's 30 feet. Typical cars.
35 feet.
What's the largest car you have? The size? I don't know the brand or anything.
Length, is probably a Honda Accord is long.
30.
Do you have any SUVs or pickup trucks?
No pickup.
Okay.
Also, the current house is 20 feet at a 20 feet setback, and the proposed is at a 25, so it only increases 5 feet
Okay.
on the existing condition.
The only caveat is, you've established a line with the existing houses.
Right.
You move the house back.
They'll be off the line.
You're gonna, it might look a little odd, because you're gonna have ins and outs.
Mr. Chwinsky?
The concern I would have with that is, yes, we don't want to force them into a violation where they're going to be violating the ordinance that we have already about hanging cars into which we have a problem with in town already. When you say move the out front of the house back, just to be clear, second floor doesn't have to move back. Just the front, just the first floor, right? To make establish the room for the driveway. So the rest of the second floor, they can establish their bedrooms the way they want, you know, it can be designed. And the other thing is, I would be concerned is, this is their application, yes, but in the future, if this house is passed on or sold, is it gonna become an issue for the town in the future? You know, we'll have to look forward, right? So they may have small cars, somebody may come in with,
A pickup truck that's large, yeah.
yeah.
I think realistically, the proposal, you could fit 3 cars, based on the current proposal. And I believe, based on the existing condition, I can't imagine you fitting 4 cars. You're only 20 feet back.
Typical car is 16 feet.
I would say 16 is a typical vehicle.
I believe we're supposed to have 5 there though, according to our zoning ordinance, we're supposed to have 5 on it, for a 5-bedroom, right?
It's an existing 5-bedroom now, so I guess the board.
It's not conforming, right?
Well, if a typical car is 16 feet, so you would need 32 feet, which means you have to move the house back 7 feet.
The first floor back 7 feet, according to Mr. Twinsky's logic. Yes, Mayor?
Could it possibly be where the garage is set up here, as listed, could the garage be made smaller, so that more cars could go?
You'd have to make it deeper.
That's right.
You'd have to make the garage deeper.
Further.
So the garage could handle 2 cars,
Right.
and then you could have 2 more cars outside.
So the way I'm looking at the plan here, you have the bathroom behind the United States, right?
Correct.
So what I'm saying is, the length of the garage they have here, I see it's like 21.
21 and a half feet, basically.
Right, so if they made the garage itself smaller, they have more room to put more for a driveway. But you have to have a garage that fits a car.
I don't know your ordinance off the top of my head, whether or not it requires garage in single family.
For any single family, it requires
2.
Two, that can fit
2
2
cars.
cars in the driveway, in the
in the
garage.
garage.
In the garage, okay, so,
That's yours.
That's
I
the
mean,
ordinance.
they eliminated that bathroom behind there, and maybe went behind the bedroom in that area and put a bathroom there, they would get a little extra space there to push it. You know, you can leave the rest of the house this far, right out, and then just the garage area in the back, you know, to give that extra space in there towards, you know, the new driveway they want. You know where I'm
I
trying
know
to?
exactly what you're saying, yes.
So, is that
You
possible?
could take that, whatever the width is, 10 feet,
Yeah.
and push out the 10, basically 10 feet back, 10 feet wide. And that would give you
But it's
sufficient
still
room.
the frontage of the house. on the
Nothing would
outside,
change,
Except.
except that 10 by 10 square foot you outside. So you violate the 3-yard setback by, I don't know if it's, by 10 feet.
Yeah.
By 10 feet.
So that's,
Just,
they could do it.
they could do that.
All right, so just so the entire board knows, there's some conversation happening that, to just move the part of the house that has the garage, so, yeah, and push it back 10 feet, so there would be basically, I'm gonna just use layman's terms, a bump out, you know, in the rear of the house, and then the rest of the house would be along the new, you know, the back area here. Very technical terms I'm using. Yes.
You have to do more than that.
Explain why,
The
please.
garage, it's a garage. So you'd have to pick up another space interior for the garage. You'd have to go 20 feet
Back.
back. So then with respect to the minimum rear yard, it would only be 10 feet? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if the whole house is pushed back, right? It's
I think they were only referring to the garage, not the whole house.
not the whole house, it's the
No.
garage and parking section.
The idea is to push that part of the driveway back 20 feet. So you pick up, basically you're picking it up in the driveway.
Right.
And the house would be skewed in the front. You're saying if you go out the back, you need more than 10 feet though. because it would be
I
internal
didn't
to the
say that.
garage.
What I said was,
Right.
could they push it back to give a little more inside the house to
Right,
give them that
Yeah,
Yeah, but you need a little,
regulation for
you
it.
just need a little more.
you need a little more.
They're saying you need more than that, because it's a garage.
It's a garage.
I understand, but they have a bathroom behind it where I'm looking at it, right? They have a bathroom that is, I'm trying to read this here, the morning house.
Right, but that's the only bathroom on that level.
Yeah.
Could they not put the bathroom towards the back of the house instead of?
I mean, with an architectural drawing, I guess you could do anything, but it's
The
the,
back instead of the, yeah, yeah.
For a tandem garage,
In the back of it. They
you
can go in
need
the back of it, you know?
38 feet.
I would say 40 feet.
Would be ideal.
so I think we have to understand there's an issue here with the parking, right? And, perhaps these drawings are not indicative to something that the land use board may approve because of the parking space in your driveway. So what is it that you would like to maybe propose or add on to Mr. Burgess and Mr. Costa's testimony?
I have a question about
Guys,
the,
I want to pay attention to them, thanks.
I just have a question about the 20 feet. Why does it have to go back 20 feet? Just if we push just the garage portion back, what was the reasoning?
I mean, right now your garage is roughly 11, let's use whole numbers, 11 by 21.
Mhm.
So in order to get two cars in tandem in that garage, I would say realistically, you probably need 38 feet, 40 feet inside. So to do that, you either eliminate the bathroom and the bedroom, and you can
But
pick it up there.
that's what they need for the grandmother.
Right. That's basically it, or possibly move the stairs in the foyer as you're looking at the house to the right, and then you pick up the two-car garage.
What if the garage
That's probably the ideal situation, and that solves your problem. The steps come over, and maybe you have to reconfigure the lifts.
Yeah, that gets reduced in width a little bit.
I think I think that's the answer. but-
If they move the steps over to the other side, they can keep the bathroom and the bedroom there.
Everything stays the same.
Yeah, everything within-
You pick up- Basically, you're gonna get a two-car garage.
And you're saying tandem, they can't be side by side.
That's standard.
No, that's,
No, tandem is, you're gonna push it back, right.
Yeah.
Side by
You're
side.
saying they have to be tandem or side by side?
no, by flipping the steps,
In the garage. That would be way too much, right?
It should be too far back.
yeah,
So the simplest that you're saying is to move the stairs over to the other side.
right.
Two-car garage.
And it will in all likelihood, reduce the width of the living room a little bit.
So gentlemen, are you understanding this, that the stairs get shifted into your living room?
So, what if the garage portion, just the first floor, the garage stays as a one-car garage, not a tandem? Just the garage portion gets pushed back, and the second floor is cantilevered. So the driveway is extended, so the driveway can fit two cars, and not the two-car garage.
So you're willing to move the bathroom and the storage utilities behind the,
So it would become an L.
Yeah,
that's your bedroom, yes?
It was like proposed, it would become an L in the back,
The bump out, like
the
you
bump
mentioned.
out.
But only in the front.
The bump out would be in the back, cantilever in the front.
Okay.
So you don't like the idea of just moving the staircase up?
That,
They don't want to reduce the living room,
It
right?
but the front door,
Mr.
the front door
Guys,
would change.
real quick, Mr. Burgess, Mr. Costas. I guess extending the driveway into a garage that's pushed further back, which would compromise the bedroom and the bathroom there, would that, in your opinion, fit 4 cars?
if you move it back far enough, it would.
How
What that
far?
will, however, what that will do is give them a rear yard variance that they don't, right at the moment, require, and it will increase the building coverage variance.
Okay.
So what Bob was suggesting, doesn't result in either of those two negative features.
The stairs.
Yeah, the stairs.
Do you need a couple minutes to speak to your client? Because, the board may not be inclined to grant this variance, because they're concerned about parking.
There's two. Yeah, this.
Yeah, do you need a 5-minute recess to discuss? We can pause the meeting for 5 minutes so you can discuss. Okay. Can I get a motion to go into a 5-minute recess? Holtz is and second by the mayor. All those in favor? Aye. Any noes? Abstentions? Okay, we're in a 5-minute recess. All right, we're gonna reopen our meeting from our 5-minute recess, and I'm going to open with our professionals. During the recess, you were all conferencing. Let's hear it.
Oh, it's interesting.
Oh, hold on. Oh, with the secretary, so it's motion to reopen. So can I get a motion to Ms. Holtz? Can I get a second? Mr. Aboud? All those in favor, aye? Aye. Aye. Any noes? Abstentions? All right, we are now officially open. Go ahead.
The ordinance does allow a 5-foot setback on one side of the property. The applicant at present has, I think, 6.5 feet or 6.6 feet and 8 point whatever. If they were to reduce their side yard setback to that 5-foot dimension on the right-hand side, they would pick up additional land to place the building. So, and what I think they've agreed to is move the foyer, as Bob has suggested, widen the house a little bit on the right-hand side, still complying to the 5-foot setback on that side of the property.
Okay.
We also recognize that by shifting the location of the garage over, we could also pick up a little more landscaping on the left-hand side of the property because the garage door will start a little farther over to the right. So there's that benefit. And the applicant will be able to get his 2-car garage and two cars in the driveway comply to code. And at best, there might be a slight reduction in total floor space, but not much at all. And I think in that way, they get what they want, and I think the municipality would then get what it wants.
They would have to return with the new drawings before we can make any improvements, because you'd have to look through it as well.
Certainly.
So do you understand that we couldn't approve it today, or?
Everyone wants to do that. I'm sorry,
Go
Michael.
ahead.
So, I have seen in the past that you could do an approval subject to drawings being updated and blessed by the professionals. However, if the board is inclined to bring the applicant back without any further notice, the option is up to the board.
All right, board, what are we looking at here? I guess option 1 is to approve on the condition that they update their drawings and that the drawings are approved by Mr. Costas and Mr. Burgess' firm, and they don't have to return to see us again. Or the option 2, they return to see us, we review them as well as with the professionals, and then approve or deny. Mr. Twinsky,
I think because this is a public hearing with public out there that have been noticed already, I think it wouldn't be fair unless we came back again.
Okay.
Tell the public members that are out there, because if we're going to change the plan and we're going to,
Yeah, the public has been notified. Yes, Mr. Burgess.
Yeah, you should have them come back because there are the variances that we discussed, and there may be a slight
Mr. Burgess, I
side
just want
yard
to say for the
variance as
record,
well.
I told Mr. Mondello that already.
He did. I stand corrected.
Okay, so,
Just,
so,
we didn't hear anything about the engineer's report at all.
yes, well, Mr. Costas still has to go, but he was kind of mingling in, with Mr. Burgess. So, Mr. Costas, if you'd like to give.
Basically, my suggestion would be to keep it very clean, come on back, revise the plan, revise the floor plan, because you're going to have possibly an additional variance going down to the 5 feet, because the total is 15 feet.
on both sides.
So if you give them a little bit more to make that a viable room, then obviously you're going to have that additional variance. But I think by making the driveway 20 feet in the front, 2-car garage, pick up the greenery on the left where the driveway currently goes right to the property line, I think it's going to look more normal than pushing the house back, so on and so forth. So I think that would be a public benefit. It becomes a real hassle. I think it solves the 4 cars that people don't have to get a smart car or a golf cart.
Ms. Mueller, are you satisfied with Mr. Costa's review? Thank you so much. Yes, down here?
Thank you.
I thought I heard a voice down here. Good.
You're gonna open up to the public, right?
We can open up to the public? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
Can you clarify something for me, Mr. Halsey? You were the one who, I believe you mentioned about the stairs and foyer. Were you the one who said that?
I did.
Thank you. Not me, right? You mentioned the stairs first. So moving the stairs over to the other side. Would that have to be done if you're saying they're gonna go out?
The back?
The side.
The side.
They were gonna go to.
Yes.
Clarify that for me, please. You said to make it to inside.
In order to make the, right now, there's a formal living room.
Right.
So that would become just an open, it would be an open floor plan, in my opinion. Those walls would be removed,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
because you're gonna need a single garage door for
Yeah.
is 16 feet wide. Normally, you would have 2 feet on either side, so you need 20 feet. You're gonna lose some space internally, because obviously you have the walls, probably 6-inch, stud walls with sheetrock on the inside, so you're gonna lose a little bit. You want. I can tell you this, I have a 2-car garage. I should have painted lines and hang a tennis ball so my wife parks exactly where she has to, because all of a sudden you can't get out of the car.
I understand.
So 21 feet, 20 feet is
Yeah.
minimum, but you can get them in.
But because you need to widen the existing garage by roughly 9 or 8.5 feet, that's why you have to move the steps over.
Right, so basically the stairs in the foyer are almost that. It's 3.5 feet and 4 feet. So you need a little bit more room. You need another, you gotta take at least another foot out, but then you gotta put the stairs back. So you're losing in the 14 foot, that room comes down to basically 10 feet. Now, whether that's a viable living room or not, begs the question. If the board is inclined, they're at 6.5 feet on the one side.
Right.
They can go to 5 without a variance under the code. However, your code says 15 feet total. So each property, each sideline has to edge 15.
Right.
It would be deficient by 1.5 feet, so they would need a variance for that.
So when they come back, they have to notice it
You have to,
all over again.
um,
Yeah, because there's a new variance.
That's what brings you notice again.
The initial notice indicates any and all variances, including the ones that we listed and any other that the board,
No, this is-
feels
Okay,
may
if that's what the notice says, that's perfect, because this is coming from the board. So, okay. So at least you don't have to renotice. I think both wants to be.
Yeah, no. I'm going to open up to the public
Can I
before.
just ask one question?
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Mueller.
Did you say are you moving the house slightly because the side will now be smaller, or are you widening the
The
house?
only thing I'm suggesting, again, it's totally up to the board, because it would create another variance. Not for the side yard, because you can go to a minimum of 5 feet, but you need to have 15 in total. It's a 50-foot lot,
Right,
so you can only build a 35-foot house, out to out.
right.
So that's a little tight, trying to get a 2-car garage. and-
No, I know all that, but did you
Right.
suggest, are you widening the house a little, or are you moving?
A little, a foot and a half.
Okay, all right, that's,
Yeah, just
the
to
whole
make
house.
that, I would say just to make that living room
So the whole
viable.
house is big, okay, that's.
I would leave it open, if I was doing this for myself, I would leave an open staircase, so it wouldn't really take that much out of the room itself to get up to the second floor.
Anyone else up here with a question before I open to public? All right, I was going to make a motion to open to the public for this application. Who's going to motion?
I'll make that motion.
Ms. Holt and Mr. Abud will second that. All those in favor? Aye, all right. Public, come on down.
Coming back. Barbara Hassel, 40 Forest Place. Which one of you guys is Mr. Costa? Okay. Moving forward, will we have Mr. Costa correct his engineering drawings and report that I viewed in the building department for the factual errors that are in it?
For, what are we talking about?
For this property?
Yes.
Okay, that's what he's asking, for which property, yes.
Want to open it up and I'll pull them out. First page, page 1.
You can tell me, or we will certainly review it.
Property found by accessory and like single-family homes that were
Could you just state that for the record, please? Thank you.
the Costa report says inaccurately that the house is bounded on the north and south by single-family homes. To the north, it's bounded by two-family homes. To the south, it's bounded by four-family homes. I attended many of the parking debacles, the meetings over the years here. And those 2 or 3 buildings on Susquehanna were the main drivers of problems in that entire neighborhood, including the William Street section of the school board because of real estate agents making promises to those tenants that they were allowed access to the William Street parking lot, which 2 of your board members are aware of. So that needs to be made, the whole board needs to be aware of that this is not a one-family neighborhood. This is already a non-conforming, multi-family use neighborhood where parking is already an issue. That was my first thing.
Okay.
Mr. Costa, who do you work for? You work for the town or you work for the applicant?
Right now, I work for this board.
Okay, let's go back to Mr. Mondella. Who pays his bill?
Essentially, the applicant
Essentially, right?
posts an escrow.
Okay.
But-
Number 55 Chestnut, you and I, over the years. Who, making sure the engineered bill gets paid by the applicant. In that case, it was, Boswell for a drainage issue. I
Okay.
just want to make sure and put that on record that this is going to get cleared up eventually.
I'm not sure what you mean by cleared up.
Oh, well,
The taxpayers don't pay, and the applicant has to pay.
I know. That's the way it should work. You're right, I agree with you 100%.
What he's referring to, Bob, is that there was a deficiency in the escrows, following up on escrows, and then the applicant, maybe his application was denied and wasn't motivated to replenish the escrow. So the town can be on the hook for something. Ultimately, we work for the town, not for the applicant. But, okay,
So
yeah,
I just want to make sure that's addressed.
yeah.
This goes out.
Mm.
And then finally, to the applicant, he testified that he presently parks 4 cars on the property right now, tonight. So we go by, what are we going to see?
4 cars.
4 cars, none in the driveway, none in the garage.
It depends on the condition, sometimes in the driveways,
Do you presently use your garage for parking?
Yeah.
Automobiles.
yeah.
In the future, you're going to mandate that he has a 2-car garage to meet the statute in town. I would put some sort of stipulation that it doesn't become a non-parking spot because you're still, in my reading of it's a 5-bedroom house with a total of 4 parking spaces. And a 5-bedroom house is later on, future, or during this occupancy, going to have a parking problem. I've seen it all the time. I live next door to one, which is just an ongoing nightmare for the neighbors. Maybe not for the 2-family neighbors, maybe not for the 4-family neighbors, but for the single-family people that live across the street, when you're taking away more street parking to allow his driveway to be expanded, you lose a street parking space. And I know it all sounds great if you're on the property, but if you're trying to visit the guy across the street at 24 Susquehanna, and there's no parking available because of decisions this board makes. I would like you to make sure that your due diligence is done for the future as well as for the present. Thank you.
It's a good point.
Thank you very much, Mr. Verhassel. Anyone else from the public? All right, seeing none, I'll make a motion to close the public session. Can I get a second? Either Mr. Aboud or Ms. Holtz. Okay, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
And noes? And okay. All right, now we are, At this point, Mr. Mondell, should the applicant, or we'll decide right now. We will have them come back with their new drawings. Okay. Do we have to vote to deny it, or?
Oh, no, we're gonna just carry it, and
Okay.
there'll be no further notice for anyone else that's in the public that, for this application. And the next meeting is,
September 18th, all right?
you need to reappear, and you make sure that the updated plans are provided well in advance of 10 days, so the professionals can review it and say, okay. All right.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Moving forward to new business, Ms. Kim handed me, we do have Burgess and Associates bills here. So we can vote on them tonight and approve those for Mr. Burgess. So I'm just going to read them. This is usually your job.
He's pretty excited.
Yeah. In reference to Rochelle Park, 53 Central Ave, first student, invoice number 47200 for attending the zoning board meeting and adjustments and preparing for the public hearing. The total is $742.50 for one bill. And the second bill is in reference to Rochelle Park Affordable Housing Plan, fourth round, invoice number 47201, which include professional services such as review, file, and create exhibit for the hearing, review, file, and create several exhibits for the hearing, review, file, and plans, preparation for hearing, etc. Attend planning board meeting, review and edit plan per discussion, and review and evaluate correspondence from Township CFO to the tune of, this is the correct balance?
Yes.
$13,228.75.
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. Taking a motion to approve those two bills.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Holt. Take a second, Mr. Abood.
I move to abstain from the bill for 53 per student, since D variance I wasn't present.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor. Let's do a roll call for the votes, okay?
Absolutely. Chairperson Moore
Yes.
and Mayor George Carvello, she abstained
I
from voting.
approve, I'm approving the affordable housing, but I have to recuse myself from 53
Per student.
as it's a
D variance.
and was advised by council.
Okay, Committeeman Trulinski,
Yes.
Member Abud,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Member Dudia is not here, Holtz,
Yes.
Member Mueller,
Yes.
and alternate one Smith,
Yes.
alternate two Kandara.
Yes.
Matt, just to clarify, clarify the record, Matt, one of the bills you would have to abstain recuse, just like the mayor, because of the D1 variance. The big gas tank.
Well, I was here, I heard him, the testimony, so,
You weren't on the dais, so you had to.
I was on the days, but I was here. I did the work.
D variance.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, everyone let vote the way they want to. Thank you so much. And we all have approvals? All right, thank you so much, Ms.
Motion
Kim.
passes.
Motion passes. Those will be taken care of, Mr. Burgess, I hope. I don't take care of
Thank
them.
you
But
very
we're going to move on to new business. We have two new business items that came to my attention. One is from Mr. Verhassel, so I'll have him come up in just a few minutes to report out on some things we asked him to do for us as a volunteer. The other item is I got an email from a resident about a business on West Passaic, which has cars that line up along West Passaic and cross over the sidewalk into a driveway. I believe it's the car wash that's there. She expressed her dismay over the lack of any kind of, safety mechanisms from that business when it comes to cars that are lined up to be washed, crossing over to walking space. People are apparently on their cell phones, not watching people walking. The other issue, too, is one I brought up to the Township Committee last month about the property over here. I believe it's 154 West Passaic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the building that houses the Taekwondo and the hobby shop and the parking spaces that surround it. I think our land use board is encountering issues where there is need for enforcement, but we have no mechanism or no way to communicate the issues that come before us to the construction official or to anyone that has that power of enforcement. So I'd like to just hear from the Land Use Board about the possibility of having the construction official attend our meetings once a month. And again, he could come in the beginning and doesn't have to stay for the whole thing, but I think it would be beneficial to the residents of our town to have the construction official here so we could ask questions about enforcement policies or buildings that we see going up in town or work being done in town, and also perhaps begin to address some of these resident concerns that are happening here. So I'm going to open up to the board about their thoughts on that to see if perhaps this is something we would like to do moving forward.
I think it's a necessity to have the construction official here, especially right now with all the things that we've been encountering, we've been hearing, we've been encountering, and see ourselves, issues that are coming up with zoning concerns, usage, property usage. Is it properly being used? I think it's been requested already for information for that property, and I don't think we've gotten any, right?
Correct. The property over here on West Passaic, the hobby shop and the taekwondo, those are the businesses we're not going at. I want to talk to the landowner. I'd like to have the landowner come before the board and address, those parking spots that are there. Those parking spots, in my opinion, are a safety hazard. You have to climb a curb to park, and then you have to, when you leave the parking, you have to cross over into a sidewalk. There's no safety bollards. If someone were to hit the gas by accident, they drive right to the building. I have spoken to them in my capacity as a shade tree commissioner. We want to plant a tree over there for the patrons who stand outside and watch their children do taekwondo practice. But those parking spots seem to be an issue. And no one can produce any documentation for me that says they're allowed. But yet they are still there, and we have no method of providing a violation to ask them to come before us. So that's something I'd like to see us address, and maybe bringing in the construction officials so that they can understand what we're seeing, what we're hearing. And then the resident who, almost was hit by a car because of the business of the car wash on West Passaic and the way their cars line up on the road and then cross over into walking space. I think the residents of this town are looking for enforcement. And Ron, bringing the construction official to be...
Right, so number one, with respect to the first issue of taekwondo, the parking spaces, is there a resolution? Because I recall that came before the zoning board, so that would be number one.
Right.
Number two, it is not unusual to ask the zoning official to attend the meetings, construction.
Right.
Obviously, they get paid to do that.
Okay.
And that would be the town's budget. It would not come out of escrow as other professionals would. Wanacue, they attend all the time, and we are able to have that kind of dialogue. I think it should be made crystal clear that the board's not going to beat the construction official.
No. I want to, I'll say for the record that we're not looking to make the construction official the bad guy, but I think the construction official would benefit as well, hearing from us and sharing what they know and what they see on their end as well, So it would be a beneficial relationship, nothing where we would be adversarial at all. That's definitely not the intention, so I want to be clear about that. Any other thoughts on the dais up here about that? Mayor?
I think that we can request it. I don't know if we can require it, though. I have to ask council on that.
I'd have to look at the code and see if there's anything in the code that requires the construction official to attend zoning board meetings. Bob's shaking his head, so I'll speak to Bob, find out the particular section. We'll send it to the construction code.
I think that.
Okay, thank you, Ron, for that. Yeah, I'll find out if we can have them come. Anyone else up here about that topic at all? I'm going to have Mr. Verhassel come up. Is that all right with the group up here? All right, Mr. Verhassel, come on down. We did ask him last month to look at two things. I did ask him to review the litter ordinance. Yes, and Mr. Verhassel, let me ask you this time if we can...
No, I have what you're looking for, about that.
Thank you for doing my job.
If we can condense
For the town.
a little bit for the sake of time.
We're
Well,
under
you
a time
also-
constraint.
Yeah, you gave us two, items, I know that, so.
Well, no, you gave me 2 items.
Oh, hold on. Just the applicants, you can go home now. It's okay. Why don't they want you?
You've been released.
It's exciting here. I know, it's a good show, right?
Just
But
litter and code enforcement.
you can go home and relax, and we'll see you next month, definitely, all right? With your new plans, please submit them on time. Thank you. Lovely meeting you. Yes, okay. Sorry. Okay, that's okay. Mr.
I
Verhasel.
apologize, I'm going to take my glasses off and may not see you all that well, but I have to see this. Last month, you had asked me about 2 things. First, property maintenance, and then litter. We're going to do litter first, because
Okay.
litter is literally 4 pages.
Oh, beautiful.
Construction enforcement is hundreds of pages, and I'm not going to discuss construction official material into the hundreds of pages, because that's already got somebody's job, and it's real easy to do. And as you said earlier, when I spoke about the issue on Fairfield, I went there already,
Okay.
and it was closed one day. It was open the next day. That's when I saw 25 Susquehanna, and I said, well, I saw it in the paper, let me see what they want to do, and let me see what it is, because of the history of Susquehanna parking with multiple family units. So that enforcement side of it, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sign in the window, I'm gone, goodbye.
Okay,
All right? So that was once. I went back again, and I did get to see it.
thank you.
But getting into litter, to make the
Real
long
short.
story short, we have an extensive,
They want to stay. Yeah.
you guys
Okay.
want,
Yes, the professionals can leave if they like, but I know you guys some of you want to hear what's going on in town. It shouldn't be too much longer.
I'm a newbie here.
Okay,
okay.
whatever you want to do.
The only thing I was going to say,
Yes,
this board and yourself has the subpoena power.
okay.
I don't know if Mr. Mandela or his own. For who? Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Said he wanted to get.
Yeah,
He won't come. Yeah, I've never used it in 33 years, but he's right.
well, thank you, Mr.
Well, because you call an owner, they show up.
In Florida, for
And
example.
they're in Florida.
I concurred with co-counsel next to you.
Okay.
So here's the problem. If they live in Florida, we're not going to be able to serve them.
Um,
Sure.
yes, I have their information, Ron, I can give it to you. All right, and we can contact them, or you can contact them. Someone will. Thank you. But if you want to stay, you can. If not, we understand. Mr. Verhasel is going to present just his findings, otherwise you're free to go. Mr. Verhasel?
Okay, it's only these little yellow parts
Thank
that's
you.
not dealing
All
with
right.
the minutia of what the definition of litter is.
Okay.
But you do have ways to enforce it that are not involving the, building department. They are also allowed to make complaints and enforcements by, according to this, the provisions of this article shall be enforced by the police department and the building department of Township of Rochelle Park. So when the policeman is called because we don't do that, that's not true. They have that power right here.
Okay.
So, like parking. You want to go into a little bit of it about what, we all know what
I'm
litter is.
curious
And
here's what I'm curious about.
Yeah.
When was that last updated?
there's
And,
quite a bit.
are the fines and the stuff, the punishments, let's say, are they up to snuff with?
Well, okay, I'm going to quick littering, $25, first offense. Oh, wait a minute. First time, $10, no more than 25. So that might need a little juice.
Oh, right.
Dumping, first offense,
Oh, dumping, let's hear this.
not less than 100 or more than 200. Littering, for the second offense, not less than 25 or more than 50. So if you got a habitual litterer, he's going to just keep doing it, especially if it's a garbage can outside of a business. Third offenses, it goes on and on, but it's scaled linearly. It's not an exponential, which if this guy's a habitual, you should. Littering for the fourth offense, that's when we talk about imprisonment. 90 days, $1,000 fine. You got to go 4 times. It's a lot of work. It defines litter. You all know what litter is. There's nothing new here. As far as dates, when this was last brought up, litter control, those are missing.
So Bob, just for the record, what are you referring to? The ordinances?
These are the ordinance for litter control, Article 1, 2, and 3. It goes up to 3. It defines the items, you know.
To get specific, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sure. What do you want to know, Sean?
As far as, if I'm driving down the street and I throw something out of my car, that's right there, I'm littering.
Yes.
If I own a business, I'm not necessarily the one possibly littering in front of my business. I have the right to clean it up, but I'm not the person littering.
It defines that here under 160-14 prohibited acts and regulated activities. That would be the act of. It shall be unlawful for any person to throw, drop, discard, or otherwise place any litter of any nature upon public and private property other than in a litter receptacle, or having done so, to allow such litter to remain. So if your intent was just to throw it out the window of your car, to me, you intended it to remain, and now you're guilty of the first fine.
Okay.
That the police can
Thank you,
with.
Mr. Verhassel.
Okay.
That is what I was looking for
All right.
in perspective to the littering ordinance.
It's
You wanna
very
move on?
specific. It's right there in black and white.
Yes, oh,
What's the year of that, what was the year of that?
Teresa, this one is lacking,
It should have it on the last one is.
not. It should have, I agree with you should, but, I mean, somewhere else it may have spoken about it, but, hang on, added,
And specifically, I didn't mean to, like, again,
no,
I'm talking about, like, what's the difference? Is there a difference in fines for the person who needs to maintain his property and make sure it's clean?
okay, now you're getting into property maintenance. That's
Yeah,
a completely another
that's-
set of
that's a
hundreds
property
of
maintenance.
pages. Those are very specifically laid out too. Similar to litter, but they talk about, how high the grass can be, what type of plants.
just one person at a time, Mayor.
Let me finish
I'm
what
sorry.
I was saying before. I'm sorry.
Sean.
Let me just go back to the date here, and it's being looked up, and it was 1989,
Some of them are amended as late as 3/4/91.
so 91.
Some of the amendments, so the updated, so that's the newest I see. You weren't a litter bug though.
We still know that, please, and maybe we need to look at the township manual.
So it's not unusual for the governing body to appoint a committee to review specific sections of the ordinance.
But
And so that may be something that the township committee may want to look into, because we could talk about this all night.
I understand, no, I don't mean to.
No, I mean,
Teresa,
what do we do
remember
with it?
the parking committee that was appointed years ago? That's my history of listening to people make empty promises about parking, especially on that street. But if you want to go into the next topic, so have we covered littering? As everybody knows that you're
Yes.
kind of deficient in when the last time you
Yes,
looked at it.
thank you.
Well, property maintenance is all over the place. And the bottom line, it comes down to the same thing that you suggested I do. Okay, we're going to go see a property maintenance person. There's nobody there. And the person that's there is not there. And the person that's supposed to be there, you got to email him. And he's not aware of what's going on live. And that's why in your statute, he's supposed to be here. By your statute says, and that's the one that Mr. Mandela wants to
You
see.
know what line now where it says he's supposed to be here?
Yeah, that's the one I told you about last week, when we talked about, last month, chain of command in the building department, which you and I had a difference of opinion on, but it's okay.
So, Mr. Verhassel.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to do a little focusing right here. Maybe you can help me with this, okay? So, when we have someone who violates property maintenance code, right? And they pay the fine. Then they do it again, and they pay the fine. They do it again, they pay the fine. Do we have graduated or progressive discipline for people who, let's say on the fourth attempt,
Like
instead of
I
paying a
just read you
fine,
for
they had to go to
littering.
court, they get a tax lien or something because they keep on breaking?
Mr. Warren, if you give me a minute, I'll
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
go through it.
Yeah.
But, because in addition, and by ordinance, 2016, there's some parts of enforcement. In addition to the enforcing agencies set forth in the International Property Maintenance Code and other ordinances of the township, the provisions of this article may be enforced by the Bureau of Fire Code Enforcement and all inspectors appointed within that department. So that sounds like it was tagged on when somehow fire got brought in to be a thing.
Okay.
And we get it back into definitions.
So what we have, Mr. Verhassel, while you're looking, is that we have property owners who pay the fine but don't correct the problem.
That's where
Yes.
you want to go.
Correct.
Owner responsibility.
While you're looking up Mr. Verhassel, yes, Mr.
I
Burgess.
will tell you, many property maintenance codes provide that if, after the municipality notifies the property owner to clean it up and they don't, the municipality can go in, clean it up, and then bill them
Sorry,
for the
put the
cost.
tax lien them. Yes. We do have that, because we have people, I have, again, an email from a resident who's, yeah.
Mowing the lawn, and then we have to charge back on that.
So again, they're paying the fine, but not correcting the problem. They get another fine because, well, they paid the first one, but they're still not correcting the problem. So we need to, again, work
I have it for
on
you.
that graduated discipline or progressive discipline where now there's a more severe case at hand.
Okay, I can,
Yes.
Hold on a second, I think the point was missed. I think the point was, they could pay those fines and not do anything about it, but we can step in as a township.
We
And
are.
have our people, our
Yeah.
DPW, go there, clean it up, and back charge them.
But we aren't, right.
They do.
But you're saying
I'm
paying the fine.
gonna, again, this is what I'm getting from the residents in town, so.
Let me just clarify
Yes.
something, that the fines are never attached to the property. However, as Joe indicated, if the property owners put on notice, given 2 weeks to fix the problem, or whatever, a month, and they don't, then you can send in your private contractor or the DPW, whatever the case may be, and then bill them. And if they don't pay it, then you can put that as a lien on their property.
Correct.
Right.
That, essentially, that's one of the paragraphs here.
Right.
And then it gets into Mr. Warren's questions about progressive
Right.
enforcement, very similar to litter. First offense in any calendar year, $75. So this was updated 1986, okay? $75. Second offense, $150. Third offense, between $250 and $500. A court appearance shall be mandatory for the third appearance. Fourth offense, by a fine of up to $1,000 and/or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 90 days, so that's similar. And a court appearance shall be mandatory for a fourth offense. It gets into about how he pleads, does he promise to clean it up, blah, 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 blah. And my experience in the town with building that are falling down, that are run out, there's animals living in them, they're very hesitant to put a lien on it. I've been dealing with a property owner behind me. It's gone on for 6 or 7 years, and the property is slowly being cleaned up. That I
I
mean,
saw some of that.
the one junk car is gone, but there's more junk back there. There's a lot to go.
Just for the record.
And that house does have a lien on it.
$75 in 1986 is $221 today.
You
So,
guys, yeah. Yeah.
So we're missing out.
That, oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. I should have been a little more specific. And I closed the book already. I thought I
That's
was
okay.
done.
And that was that's my last question for Mr. Verhassel. If anybody else has anything else for Mr. Verhassel.
That was 86, you said, 86? On the title?
I'm sorry. That would be 70-4, violations and penalties. Amended 5586 by ordinance number 519. And then again, I'm going to take it back. There's a subsection here, 8/20/2014. And that's ordinance number 1073-14. So, it may not have done all of that. You guys got to look to see what that second one is. 1073-14 is the most recent in violations and fines.
I bet if I was charged $221, I would not do it again.
I'd be cleaning it up.
Mr. Verhassel, Mr. Mondell, before,
Yes.
we adjourn for today, that statute, the ordinance that gives,
Section.
the section.
Construction code official.
Constructed photo, I'm gonna give you the paper.
Thanks.
It's here.
All righty.
Guess so.
Imagine, hold on, we're gonna go back. That was this page. Chief Administrator, position, part-time. Just submit a written report. I want to make sure this is the one where the attendance required portion, right?
Yes.
I remember when they made the fire people, as they were driving around town doing whatever they needed to do to enforce the property maintenance, they never did, it just kind of.
But you didn't mention it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's still in there, but that was, yeah, all right, well, then, but they never.
I remember that, Ms. Muller.
Yeah.
Section. It's gonna be ecode com/9432-800. And it's in section E.
Yeah, let me see that. Because that's a weird,
Well, there's, my note, the code is in
The blue link.
and my comments are in clean. I kind of like incorporated that into the report.
all right, so we'll start with chapter 80 and then work from
You
there.
guys are never short that.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
It's from my wife.
Oh. Could be good or bad.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, so, without anything else, any last comments, questions, observations before we adjourn for tonight from the board? It's regular closed session, yes, that's right, we have a closed session, thank you so much, I almost forgot. So, I need to make a motion, you guys are free to go, you don't have to. Thank you, and then a second, Mayor, will second, all those in favor of entering closed session? Aye, all those no, all right.
I and I love to.
Okay, Mr. Verhassel, there's no action, so, but you can stay and come back, or,
Thank you, Mr. Burhett.
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you very much. You don't have to stay, no. All right, I have to stay. I have to stay. We have to stay. We have to stay.
Just one second.
Are we turned off? Okay.
Good night, thank you.
Okay, motion to close the closed session,
Motion to close.
second? All right, all those in favor, aye? Motion to reopen the public session? Second, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next meeting is September 18th at 6 PM. That's a Thursday night. With anything else for the public, for the good of the public, before we adjourn for tonight? Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion from Chwinsky, second from Holtz. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 7:55.
Nice job.
Great.